Caesar was brought up in a single parent house. His mother had no spouse, remember, always in and out. And he was so observant, he never missed a thing. And one day he saw the older black boys wearing bling. So when he turned 13, he found himself a little gang doing phone robberies while the older man was earning grants. And when it come to money, too much was not enough. So age 15, he was up in country moving drugs. Frankie is his main boy, but Frankie's 10 times worse, cause age 9 is when that nigga robbed his first purse. No religion, Caesar never fought a church. No hope in life, them two boys were born cursed. On Caesar's 18th birthday, Frankie bought him a chrome and said, any violations, aim it at the dome. Caesar took it, but knew he didn't have it in him. But Frankie was real, and he was capable of killing. That same year, Caesar started moving bricks, and Frankie went in jail. He was on the strip shooting sticks. They dropped their crew out because they didn't need the click. It was just them two niggas posted in their whip. Couple years later, they gained a few more haters. Some dude tried to stab up Frankie for his paper. Caesar found out it was a guy from another crew, and now they're looking for him so they can try and rob his food. Frankie is in hospital, sitting on life support. The doctors told Caesar that his time is kinda short. A couple weeks later, Frankie sadly died. Caesar strapped up in his room cause he's gonna ride. Jumped in his whip, looking for a guy called Teddy. Strap on his hip, Caesar was more than ready. He went to his mum's house, gave her a big hug, then jumped in his motor and tucked away the big snub. He went out the ends to go and look for Ted. 44 revolver, filled up with lead. Caesar gets distracted and he pulls over. That's because someone's ringing him on his Motorola. It's his mum and she's saying that she loves her son. He don't know what to say, but that's because his brain is numb. He hangs up and carries on his hunt for Ted. He thinks of Frankie, flashbacks in his head. He just wants to die and join his boy in heaven. He looks at his watch, the time's 11:15. He asks around, do you know where I can find Ted? Cause right now there's a lot of money sitting on his head. A woman says as it goes, that's him there walking past. He clocks Caesar's face, he starts walking fast. Caesar blacks out, jumps out the whip. Teddy tries to run, but Caesar empties out a clip. Teddy's life was ended, Caesar's life was ended too. Sentenced to life with a minimum of 22. No freedom in the prison and nothing to do. It just shows the roads can really mess up certain youths. 3 meals a day and he goes to bed at 9 in his cell, wishing that he never lived a life of crime. Revenge is sweet, but now he's got to do his time. He's 23, he won't touch road until the age of 45. Drugs, guns and money, it was his only mission, but he failed, cause now he's sitting in the prison. His mum wrote a couple times to say he should've listened. Every night in his cell his eyes start to glisten. He cried once his cellmate knew that he was vulnerable. So him and his boys, they beat him up till he was colourful. Caesar slit his wrist, thinking it would numb the pain. Caesar cut his legs, but accidentally hit a vein. He's bleeding out, there's a lot going through his brain. Frankie, the money, Teddy and the cocaine. His life's messed up and he's the only one to blame. He's about to die and he lived life just to get a name. He takes his last breath and he tries to shout, but nobody hears him, so I guess it's lights out. Money changes lives, so you gotta use it wise. Act stupid with it, you could lose your life. If you conduct yourself bad, you've got to learn repentance. Caesar ended his life 6 months into his sentence. If you think you're a top boy when you're on the road, there's always somewhere worse with a different code.